Right, happy, we're on now Tuesday, everyone. Slightly different today. Quick intro, you'll then have some of the older skills to start with, just as a little warm up, and then we're going to go into a little bit of hitting. So what you need, hockey ball, if you've got space outside and the ability to not break anything. If you've got outdoor space on a wall or something to hit against, the tennis ball's fine. If not, and there's lots of stuff around you to break, or you don't have the space to do it, then just I've got a few pairs of rolled up socks or anything that you can tie that's soft and we're able to hit and strike that won't break anything. So first of all, you'll see a skills video that we've done before, just as a little warm up. Get through those, do as many reps as we can, as fast as we can, and then after that we'll play some hitting videos, and then that's us for today. Then Thursday will be another live session. We'll do some video analysis or something along those lines, where we're all together and can have a chat again. So warm up, then back to some hitting in a minute, and I'll catch you soon. Keep it simple to start with. Left, right, lift, left, right, lift, left, right, lift. So as I carry forward, left, right, lift. That's me beating to space. Same thing coming back, so here we go here, left, right, lift, I'm beating the player, I'm accelerating the space. Let's go through that a few times. Real key, I know it's a simple skill, left, right, lateral drag to start with, lift, stick on ball. We can then experiment on going faster and forward, so we have to then move the ball forward and forward. So the ball, every drag goes forward as opposed to laterally. You can also then try it by accelerating, decelerating, then lifting. So I'm going into that almost V drag. We go here, decelerate, then lift. So I'm slowing, breaking the player down, then lifting. Number one. Same thing again, just do it on the left hand side. Go here, lift. Beat one player, here, carry, carry, carry. Lift. Real importance, ball is staying close to my stick the whole way through. I'm not throwing the ball away. And actually I'm not lifting it too high here, but you've got to remember that that's where you've got to be. So actually the second we go too high out of control, we're not massively fast. Let's get it low for that, just over our sticks, and we can carry forward fast. Next one, left to right, the whole way 3D. I'll do it this way and then I'll stand the other direction and show you a few of them. So start here. 3D. So both are 3D. Do it one more time. So as I move the ball to the left, I go 3D. So it's a double movement, left, right in the air. Same thing, then just try and go fast. Same thing coming back, go fast. That last one was rubbish, we'll go one more time. Here, over. Left, right, in there. Here's a little challenge for you for this one, so let's try and see if we can get some videos sent in. If you can do it perfectly, we'll go for the flip flap, that kind of football under and over. Ball moves to the right, then we drag it back to the left, or vice versa, right then drag back to the left. So come under here, under, over. Same thing coming back, come under here, we go under, over. Let's see if you get the ball outside the line of the body, outside the line of the body. How far can you drag that ball, number one? How quickly can you drag that ball, number two? Enjoy. Welcome back. I hope you had a nice little warm up and got through a few skills. We'll go through some hitting. I'm going to kind of do some little bits, break it up. Some of you will be able to do some of it at home. Some of you have to do different bits of it with socks as opposed to balls and stuff. But we're going to keep it really simple. You can all hit or hit relatively well a hockey ball, tennis ball, a sock, whatever it is. So we're going to try and just work on a bit of consistency. Where we want the ball to be in terms of position, how far we want to be able to stride. Obviously these things will change in a game. Sometimes I will have to stride a bit further to be able to reach to strike the ball on target. Sometimes I'll have to hit it from closer to my feet inside my stance. Sometimes I'll have to hit it off the back foot. sometimes I'll have to hit it off balance. And what I mean as well, just to clarify, when I say balanced, is actually on the moment of impact being balanced. At no point do we want you to ever be kind of stood really static, golf-esque, and trying to swing at a ball. There will be, for that split second, that split moment of impact, where you'll be balanced, striking, then moving again afterwards. So try it at the moment of impact to be able to be at a point where you are balanced, even if it is on motion of rotation or on motion of stepping back and climbing, to be balanced at the moment you make contact. So just get yourselves warmed up, whatever it is you're doing. I've got different things. So just strike a couple of balls. Try and always get it moving, rolling away towards the target, not always direct. Change the angle of roll. 45, people will say you always have to roll the ball away. Don't stick to one thing. Don't stick to it has to go forward or it has to go at 45. You'll never get that consistency in a game or in a training session. So just keep rolling the ball at different directions towards target and look to strike a ball. One thing notice that I will always do, or I will try and always do, is have my front foot open and pointing to the direction, the general direction I'm going to go in. Sometimes I'll have to put it slightly further in front of my foot if I want to put it around the corner, but my foot will never be closed off square. It will always be slightly open. Okay, so just hit a few to start with, warm yourself up. Use the different balls, vary the balls. That one was terrible because the ball was static. Always try and get that ball rolling. Even here, sometimes play through my feet. Notice toes always open. The socks are a bit harder. Challenge yourself maybe. Get it rolling. You have to move the feet to try and strike it. Notice it does actually go well. You can tell if you're not striking in a clean place that the sock won't go very far. So to strike it clean, the sock will reach the goal if you strike it clean. Same with a tennis ball. If you don't strike the tennis ball very well, same thing here. It won't reach the goal. Won't reach the goal very well. Low strike through the back of the ball, and we'll be able to reach. So, a couple of things just to start with. Start striking some balls. Get some real importance on a clean contact. When we are making contact with the ball, we are rounded, hips through the ball, strike through the back of that ball, and we'll make a clean contact on the ball, the sock, the tennis ball, whatever it is you're doing. So just spend 5 minutes striking some balls, and then we'll come back with a bit more content. Right, so hopefully nice and warm after that. We'll go through a little bit on, I like to call it strike zones, so where in the body you strike a ball and what difference it makes and that sort of stuff. So I use a stock to start with because actually it makes it quite obvious where the ball's been struck from and how you connect with it. So the perfect is somewhere in the region of our front foot, in line with our front foot. It will be slightly forward and slightly back of. That is the perfect position to be striking a ball in, because we can have all our force, our hip and our rotation coming through the ball and having our power and ability to be able to step through the ball after contact. So hit your few, go 5 or 10, making sure that every time you roll that ball it is in the line of our front foot. Nice sturdy base, knees bent here, through rotation through the ball. We're making a hard impact and then stepping through the ball, momentum going with the ball. So do 10 of those and then come back. So same thing, we're now going to do the same thing but try and practice striking it further back in our base. If I do exactly the same thing and I have my weight front footed and come in here, what's going to happen is I'm going to, as in they say this term in golf a lot, I'm going to top the ball, I'm going to hit down on the ball, strike the ball too early, which brings everything into the floor. So what have I got to do? I could theoretically shuffle back here, but sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes I will have to just rotate more, rock my body weight back, so I can make exactly the same strike. If I put my body weight back slightly, it's still neutral and I can make a sturdy contact on the ball. So we're saying off our front foot, clean and strike, that's fine. Okay, so here, same thing. Foot's past the ball, body neutral here. I just have to keep my body weight a little bit more. That was a terrible example for you, to strike the ball. From here, body weight back a little bit to strike a ball. There we go. Exactly the same thing. Do 10 of those, get used to striking the ball more central, and the same thing here. I want you to not do this off the sole back foot to start with. Still have your foot forwards. It's really hard to go fully off your back foot, go slightly in front of that back toe. Fully off the front foot, again, weight forwards into the ball. Even here, neutral, we're going into the ball, so we're going to have to get back behind the ball. So on impact, I want you to keep foot planted to start with, so just get used to that feeling of being back here, okay? So if I hit one again properly for you, get used to that feeling of being back. So from there then, front foot always forward. So we stay in our position. We then just change the line of the ball, so we strike 10 or so on the front foot, 10 or so with the ball in the middle of our stance, but weight slightly back, and then again, weight all the way back and try and strike off the back foot. Once you've done that, so kind of 10 each, 15 on each, do the same thing, but actually now start to move our weight. So with the ball here, exactly the same thing, but now shuffle back. So we're actually sliding our weight back to be able to hit the ball. Or if it's really on our back foot here, we can take our weight off of our left foot and hit off the right foot. So weight off and strike the ball. Rubbish demonstration, but in slow-mo. So from here, the ball's back here, I can get on my right foot and strike the ball. What's really important is that every time I make contact with the ball, yes, I'm swinging quite hard. I'm swinging hard through the back of the ball, but I'm making sure that on my point of impact, I'm balanced and looking through the back of the ball. I'm not at any point up here, rounded or off balance. Even if I was going to be doing a kind of floor to score or diving on the floor, even when I'm diving, I would try and make sure at that point of impact, everything is going through the back of the ball. So do a few of those, whether it's sock as well, same principles, sock here, through the front, even through the back. If I strike it cleanly through the back, you'll be able to tell, because it will reach the goal. If it doesn't reach a certain distance through the back of the ball with a sock, you haven't struck it very well. So give that a go, guys, and then we'll come back with one more in a minute. Right, it's warm today, team. So last one. Again, it's all quite static, it's quite hard, and will be hard for a lot of you in gardens and spaces, but just kind of make sure you're using the appropriate ball, appropriate space. You can do it inside if you don't get told off by parents too much. Get inside. You could even hang a duvet up against the wall, or duvet over a clothing rail, or washing line outside to be able to hit the ball into. So it gives you a target. I'm using a goal, but try and give yourself a target or something to aim at. So really simple here. We're just going to pick spots, roll the ball, and then actually work on where we're lining the ball. It's, for the majority of you now, we're good enough. It isn't a case of shoulders have to be square, ball has to be square. That's where the ball goes. We can manipulate with our feet, we can manipulate with our hands on impact, or we can manipulate in terms of where the ball is in our position and our stance. If I strike from there and I strike, I know it's going to go over there. If I have the ball in front of my foot and I strike, I know it's going to come around to the left. Same as a slap. If I impact here, squared stick 90 degrees, that's where it will go. If I impact here, that's where the ball will go. So try and now work on different manipulations of where the ball's going. So I'm going to call them out. This could be completely rubbish and put them in the opposite direction. So I'm going to literally go, bottom left, upwards and left, bottom right, upwards and right, and I'll use different variation of ball. I'll even try and put one of the socks up in the air, but then just try and pick spots. So same thing, bottom left. Let's start that again. Bottom left, pulls it wide. We're going to call the top left, didn't we? So top left, that's up. We'll go for a bottom right. That's not too bad. And a top right. Hit that one again. And a top right. So just very different spots. So now you can start to think, I'm actually going to go top right, but off my back foot, so we're going off back feet. And then we can start to think about maybe going forwards, backwards to create some more space, and then trying to hit the ball. And different variations like that. Again with the sock, start to think about maybe rolling it out in that direction and coming round to try and hit the target, or vice versa, we're coming in to out. So use different angles, different variations, and just try and get used to hitting the ball again. Big thing, balance on moment of impact, swing hard through the back of the ball, make sure we are making clean contact on stick and ball. Right, good luck guys, and let us know if you have any problems.